let's recap the action from that Dallas and Colorado game last night. Game 6, Rick Bowness went back to Anton Khudobin. Colorado extending this series, though, to 7 games. I guess what stood out the most to me is not only were they scoring offensively, but they had the defense to match it.
That's right, Michelle. The Avs defended very well in last night's game, and that's going to be the key to this series. You know, they're going to be able to score as easily, if not more easily, than the Dallas Stars. But the question coming in this series is, can they defend? That's a big question mark. But Cale Makar, he's proven that he's able to defend. Sam Girard, he can defend too. They have no Eric Johnson, so you're going to have to defend by committee because the Dallas Stars are going to try to wear you down below the goal lines, those big physical bodies, and the Avs have figured it out. Now it's up to the Dallas Stars' big boys, Jamie Benn, Tyler Seguin, Alex Radulov. They have to figure out how to create some offense because right now their offense is sputtering.
I was just going to say, we spent so much time talking about Dallas's top line, the way that they came out to start the series, but in the last 2 games, just 1 point generated from that top line. Obviously, Dallas has been in this situation before in elimination games. What do you think their approach is to game 7?
Well, they have to be more disciplined. You can't come out and give the Avs 6 minutes in the first period on the power play to get them to warm their hands up, warm their feet up, and get their mind thinking offense. Because what that does, it tires out your defenders, and it doesn't allow your big boys to get into the rhythm of the game. They're always on the bench watching because Seguin and Ben don't normally kill. You've got players like Como, you got Cogliano, you got Foxa. Those guys are killing, and it wears them down. Like you saw that one goal when Cale Makar scored. We broke that down in highlights. Well, Dallas had all the right players on the ice who they wanted, but they're tired. They're worn down, and the Avs took full advantage of that fatigue.
And I can't go without saying, Nathan MacKinnon, this is the Nathan MacKinnon appreciation comment here, extended his point streak to 14 games, 9 goals, and 16 assists in the postseason so far. Just for a little perspective here, that 14-game point streak is tied with Orr and Messier, and the 25 points tied with Wayne Gretzky. So no one seems to be able to slow this guy down. And when you really take a step back and look at that and look at where he's ranking in history right now, it just makes this even more remarkable.
I mean, you said it, Orr, Gretzky, Messier. These guys are all-time greats. These are generational type players that are go down in history as some of the top 10 players maybe in National Hockey League history. And Nathan MacKinnon's just chewing up the league right now. And he's playing like teams aren't game planning. Every single night you go into a game against Colorado, you think, okay, we need to stop number 29. He's on the whiteboard every single game, and there's nothing they could do about it. And what I love about his game right now, Michelle, he's taken it to a whole new level. Why? Because he's using his speed to create chances for himself, but also his playmaking is passing. Mikko Rantanen is a threat every single time he's on the ice, and Andre Burakovsky now. He came over from the Caps as a second-line threat. They've elevated him up on that first line and taken Landeskog off to try to spread things out. Now Burakovsky's on fire. He looks like an all-world player now, too, and it's all because Nathan MacKinnon and his playmaking and vision on the ice.